All right, guys, you made it through another week. It is Fun Friday time. I am so excited to have you here. It's been a great week at the Line Within Us. We've had some really good engagement around mentorship, men's group, because I'm tell you what, guys, that stuff is important. Now, for every episode of the Line Within Us, we're going to open up with scripture. All right, so this week we studied First Peter chapter 5, the first 3 verses. Now, if you missed the spiritual kickoff, first of all, I'm gonna kick you in your butt. Go back and listen to the spiritual kickoff. Because really, we'll unpack that scripture. I think I did a decent job of giving you some insight on what this looks like and how you can apply it in your life. So let's see what it says here. Therefore, I urge elders among you, as your fellow elder and a witness of the sufferings of Christ, and one who is a fellow partaker of the glory that is to be revealed, shepherd the flock of God among you, exercising oversight, not under compulsion, but voluntarily, according to the will of God, and not with greed, but with eagerness, nor yet as domineering over those who assign you to your care, but by proving to be examples to the flock. Love that scripture. Really unpacks a lot around what do we need to consider as we try to serve others, as we try to be the mentors, as we try to grow and serve our community, serve the young Timothys out there, right? That we're trying to help. So, guys, on the meat episode this week, I gave you 3 really key areas to consider that grow as a mentor, and also just to grow your personal Lions Den, your men's group. What are they? You need to find a Paul. You need to find a Barnabas, and you need to find a Timothy. I gave you a lot of examples of things to consider when you're looking at those 3 areas of your life, right? Those Pauls, they're tough. They're tough to find. They're older, they're wiser, they have more life experience. There's a ton of value in how they can serve you, but they are hard to find. But then you have your Barnabases, right? The encouragers, your peers, a little bit easier to find, but you still want to look for that fruit. Now, again, I'm going to say the fruit because I find a lot of times guys just don't know the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Do you see that in the Barnabas? Now, to turn it on it, do you see that in you? Do others see that in you? Do others see a patient man, kind man, a gentle man? Or do they see an angry man, a bitter man? Someone who's loud. So think about that. And then the Timothys. Why did I bring up a Timothy? Well, because we need to be teaching. The epidemic of fatherlessness is real. If we're going to raise young Christian men and to teach them what it's like to be a godly man, they need help. And it's not just on the church. You listening to this, you have the ability right now to make an impact on a young man. Guarantee you, no matter where you're at. The insecurity, I don't know enough, I'm not a theologian, stop it. Stop the negative talk. You have the ability. You have the talent. Unleash the lion within. That's why we call it the lion within us. You have the lion. You just keep him in a box. You keep him in a cage. Do like my wife tells me all the time. Take God out the box and let him do his thing. So, guys, that episode was I enjoyed it. Hopefully it was inspirational to you. You got something out of it, and you were able to go back and actually start implementing some of this in your life. Again, go check out. I wrote a blog on this. Stuff's out there. We're trying to give you guys resources, so go check that out. Now, on Fun Friday, I'm going to give you tips. We'll do it every Fun Friday. A health tip, wealth tip, and a self tip, okay? So your health tip for this week kind of goes back to what I was talking about with Timothy. Men connect shoulder to shoulder. As you think about the guys in your life and how you're growing, try to start adding some physical elements into your exchanges. A great way to do it. One thing that I've started in my life recent as this year is a discipleship group, and we add exercise to it. Something. It could just be a walk. Maybe it's a run. Maybe it's lifting. Maybe it's just just getting outside, doing something together. But guys, we do connect shoulder to shoulder. I mean, that's where it's at. I think that in many ways, that's why guys struggle with church, because we're sitting in church and we're not doing anything, and we're listening. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big church guy. I go to church every Sunday. But there's opportunities, guys. We need to be intentional from a health standpoint for your body and your mind. It's good to connect shoulder to shoulder with guys. For one, it's going to push you. You're going to work out harder. You're going to push yourself harder because you have guys around you. That testosterone is good. It's a good thing. Don't shy away from it. Lean into it. Have some fun with it. Start trying different things, Tabata workouts and just lifting and anything that's going to just get you connected, sweating, having some fun. Maybe a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. Just have some fun with it. But guys, connect shoulder to shoulder. Now, wealth tip. Pay yourself first after the tithe. I want to throw that caveat in there so you guys won't catch me on it. So make sure tithe is priority. Definitely understand that. But just the mindset of pay yourself first, I think that's something that we forget. Okay, it's a mindset shift. Okay, and it takes discipline. Okay, it takes discipline. You're never going to grow wealth by paying others everything. You're never going to grow wealth by doing that. I need you to start thinking through the wants versus the needs, because it really comes down to this stuff, guys. How much stuff do we actually need versus want? Start looking at your budget. But if you made it a priority, you know what? I'm going to tithe, then I'm going to pay myself first, and that's going to be your investments, whatever you're trying to do to grow your future portfolio, and then you pay others. That will help you bring it into clarity. Too many guys don't even think about it. And then guess what? Their spending behavior is indicative of that. Okay. So if you want to take control, you actually have to take control. You should really start being prioritizing this. And that savings should be at the top of your list. You want to be taking care and preparing for the future. And understand, God, He calls us to be good stewards. And to understand, to be a good steward, I need to make sure that we are protecting and that we are providing for ourselves for the future. Because you know what? You'll have that much more of an opportunity to serve Him in the future if you can retire, if you can achieve financial freedom, if you don't have debt holding you down. All that stuff's important. So that whole tip, pay yourself first after the tithe. Okay. Self tip. Encourage your wife. Okay. We've been talking about mentorship this week, right? In men's group. I want you guys to consider this. Encourage her to find her own council of ladies. Okay. To help her grow. Now, this may mean you got to step up and help with the kids, or you got to make some sacrifices. But you know what? You need godly women speaking into your wife regularly. Let me say it again. You need godly women speaking into your wife's life regularly, period. And the only way that you can foster this and you can help encourage this by stepping up and speaking about it. And being there for her, so it's not when she goes out, she has to come back to all this load of stuff that just stacks up. You actually step up and take care of these things while she's gone. Now, yeah, it's going to have to sacrifice some in your calendar, but trust me, guys, this is worth it. If you want to have your guys group or discipleship group or small group, whatever it is, and that time with the boys, you should be encouraging her to have the time with the girls as well. Okay, so there's your 3 tips, guys. Connect shoulder to shoulder, pay yourself first, and encourage your wife to get her own council of ladies to help her grow. All right, guys, for this week, the book of the week, this is a good one, okay? This book is called Family Shepherds, and it's by Mr. Vadi Bacham Jr. So you guys know Pastor Vadi. I'm sure you've seen him out there. Phenomenal speaker, doing amazing things. But this book, got it in my hands right here. Yeah, don't recommend things to you guys that I haven't personally read or it's not on my list to read at least. He walks through getting a biblical view of the family, equipping men to be priests and prophets in their homes, equipping men to love their wives as Christ loved the church, talking about enriching your marriage. Talks about equipping men to raise kingdom minded warriors. Now, what's that talking about? It's talking about kids, okay? And then equipping men to count the cost of family discipleship. So let's talk about your lifestyle. What are you prioritizing? This is a phenomenal book. Not very thick, as you guys who are YouTube, you can see it's not very thick, but it has really good insight. A lot of good notes. Let's see, there's about 180 pages or so. So again, it's a quick read. It's not something that should take you that long, but it's a great resource that you guys can add to your library. So go check out the links. Go check out thelinewithin.us/book. And then you'll be able to get all of our books of the week and start adding them to your library. You know what? Add one a month. At the end of a year, you'll have 12 books in your library that I promise will help you grow, be a leader you're predestined to be. So, guys, this is big stuff. Now, I have a special announcement that I want to, I thought it was important to share on this particular episode because this week we're talking about mentorship. We're talking about, the Timothys out there. So, guys, you know that that my wife is pregnant. Talked about that in a previous episode, the episode about where we talked about faith and what happened with her. And by the way, guys, thank you for the feedback on that episode. That was probably the hardest episode I've ever had to do in my life. And we had a ton of feedback. It was all positive, encouraging feedback around that. Yeah, it was a tragedy, but I think we honored her well in that episode. And it's something that I'll always be able to go back to and listen and just prayerfully something that's going to encourage other men out there. But the big announcement, okay, my wife is pregnant. And this time we're having a boy. All right. So, guys, I didn't think it was possible. It's the first grandson in our family. My brother has 3 daughters. I've had 4, counting Faith, it was 4 girls. I just knew it was going to be a girl. And when the doctor said it's a boy, they take that little wand. Nope, there's a boy. It really shook me pretty good. So, guys, we're excited. His name is Judah Levi. And we also believe that he is fearfully and wonderfully made right now, that God is knitting him together in her womb. And yes, he has a name, Judah Levi. So I cannot wait for you guys to meet Judah Levi. He will be joining us prayerfully in November. So we're asking for prayers right now throughout the summer, early fall, as we get ready to meet him. There are a lot of things changing at our house. We got to get ready to have a son come for Lily and Chloe and Ava, for his sisters. Everything, a lot of stuff to prepare. So it's a lot of work, but it's exciting. And the reason I wanted to talk about it on this episode is because I want to need other men out there speaking into his life alongside me to build him to be the man that God desires. So, guys, be praying for him, praying for my wife. That'd be great. Be praying for me. I could definitely use some prayers. I'll tell you what, because with the line within us, Satan, he just must constantly be irritated us because I tell you what, it's battles every day. But that just tells me that we're doing something right. And I just love it. I'm going to do what Pastor Joby tells me. And he told me, do whatever he tells you to do. And he's telling me right now to keep serving the lion within us. So, guys, all right. Thank you for the prayers there. Dad joke time. All right. Dad joke number 1. I saw a microbiologist today. He was much bigger than I expected. So that's that one, guys. Number 2, I tried to come up with a carpentry pun that would work. I think I nailed it, but nobody saw it. Guys, I mean, come on. That's just good stuff. I mean, really. So anyway, number 1, I saw a microbiologist today. He was much bigger than I expected. Number 2, I tried to come up with a carpentry pun that would work. I think I nailed it, but nobody saw it. So there you go, guys. I mean, don't shoot the messenger, but I did think, hey, I think they were pretty good myself. So the question of the week this week, who are the wise mentors that are speaking into your life? Really, guys, who are the wise mentors that are speaking into your life? You guys, think about your Paul, Barnabas, and Timothy and who they are in your life and how could you be that to other people as well? Okay? You guys, really pray that this week's message was encouraging, that it's giving you some thoughts, some ideas on how to grow as a Christian leader. So if you're enjoying this, go check us out on the line within.us. Join us there. Join the Lion's Den. That's free. Go get that 10 scriptures to fight like a lion. That's free. Go get the habits guide so you can start building some good habits. That's free. Guys, we're trying to just serve you. We're trying to really just give you information and insight to help you grow. Go check it out. Go check out the swag. Maybe you check out this hat I'm wearing or shirt. If you want some of that line within a swag, we got some new items on the store as well. Go check that out. Love to have you over there. Love just to have you connect with us too. Give me some insight on what you want us to talk about. We have guests stacked up. We have topics stacked up, but I want to know from you, what's important to you? So hook up with us on the Lion's Den. That's a great way. We'll connect with you directly there. And then we can have some communication. We're doing Bible studies. We have virtual Bible studies going on. Every week I'm trying to connect with guys on virtual meetings just to say hi, to learn, to see what you're struggling with, because that's all feeding what we're going to be building to help you out. And now stuff like the Bible course, all that stuff's on the website. Just go to the website, thelinewithin.us. Check it out. Okay. Hook up with us on Facebook. We're over there. That's pretty much where I'm at. I do drop some stuff on LinkedIn, but pretty much just Facebook. It's a pain in the butt, but I feel like we need to be putting stuff out there because there's so much darkness. So we do make an intentional effort to try to put some stuff out every week that's encouraging. That's some light to your feed. So guys, thank you so much for joining the line within us, for spending time with us. There's so many other podcasts you can listen to. And the fact that you took the time to listen to this, I just can't say thank you enough. I pray that we're serving you with good information, that you feel that your life is better because of the line within us, the stuff that we're trying to help you with. Guys, I don't have all the answers. I'm just one man doing what God's told me to do. And I pray that it impacts you in some way. So connect with us again, guys. I pray you have a great weekend. I pray, remember, go find you that Paul, that Barnabas, that Timothy. Get your butt out there. Make it happen. Go out, unleash the lion within. You wouldn't jump in a boxing ring and expect to win without training, right? So why do you think you can win the battle against Satan without putting in the work? For the Christian man, it starts with knowing Scripture in your heart. To help you out and get started with your training, we created a free guide of 10 scriptures you need to fight like a lion. Go grab this free resource, and I'm going to come alongside of you in a series of personal and engaging messages designed to challenge and help you grow. So get equipped today with Scripture that will help you fight the battle you're in. Visit thelionwithin.us to get started today. That's thelionwithin.us to unlock this free guide you need to fight like a lion.